Kawhi Leonard and the LA Clippers just played a flawless basketball game against one of the best teams in basketball with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Norman Powell back in the lineup, and I feel like we finally got to see how good this Clippers team could actually be on any given night, and tonight was their night. I mean, first of all, look at James Harden. This is an unbelievable play. What we're going to do is overload this right side of the floor with Chris Dunn over here. You got Norman Powell here, and then you got James Harden, right? Now, whenever James Harden gets these one-on-one isolation situations, you're going to notice one thing about pretty much every defense in basketball. They're going to stagger and hedge guys over to James Harden because, quite frankly, they don't like this matchup, right? So you see Ty Jerome slowly get closer and closer to James Harden, and Kawhi, who starts over here, is going to get to this corner. Now Zubac is slowly going to get into position where now that rotation from the strong side can't happen, right? So here we go. James is going to wait to the very last second, kick this over, and now Kawhi Leonard gets an absolute wide open three, late contest, easy bucket. Kawhi Leonard tonight, 33 points, 12 of 19 from the floor, 5 of 6 from 3, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Unbelievable. Let's break down some film. Let me show you how Kawhi Leonard is still one of the best players in the NBA. Let's just dive into it. Then here we go. You don't see Kawhi Leonard get into his bag too much and, hit step back threes. But when he gets a matchup that he likes, and you can tell the aura of this team is a lot different. They're fighting for their lives. They do not want to go home early this year. And they're proving to not only the world, but themselves that they are legit contenders to go far in this year's playoffs. And you can tell Kawhi Leonard is taking it very seriously. Look at him get this isolation. He's going to stare him down. Right, isolate, boom, create separation, step back three, not a care in the world. Says, hey, Dean Wade, I'm sorry, I don't even see you in front of me. Right, quick, boom, step back. I mean, again, you don't see Kawhi Leonard do things like this too often, but when he does, you already know that man's in his bag. Now, we just get a simply transition opportunity for Kawhi Leonard. Gets it up here. We're going to get a late screen by Chris Dunn, forcing a switch onto Darius Garland. But the thing is, they don't want to switch. They don't want Darius Garland on him. So Garland says, all right, let me rip through, and I'm going to get immediately off him, hoping that my big Evan Mobley can get back on. Nobody switches over because Chris Dunn, this dude is a fighter. Yeah, isn't the best three-point shooter in the world, isn't the best scorer in the world, but he does a lot of the dirty work for this team, sets a hard screen, and then brings him into the paint. See how he gives him no leverage at all? And again, Darius Garland wants nothing to do with Kawhi Leonard. He's like, all right, I'm going to try to cheat, get a screen, and then I'm out of there, right? And Kawhi says, all right, well, if no one's going to guard me, I'm going to take a wide open three. Again, a lot of credit needs to go to Chris Dunn on this play, but shout out to Kawhi Leonard for hitting the shot. All right, here we go. We finally get that matchup. Kawhi Leonard, Darius Garland. Man, Kawhi's eyes brighten up when he sees this, like, man, I'm taking this, right? So quick within his crossovers. Watch this ability to stop on an absolute dime as Garland is trying to, right, stay hip to hip. Kawhi just says, hey, I got the elite ability to stop, right? Nobody's guarding this right here. Whenever Kawhi Leonard gets anywhere around this area, it's over. You already lost. He's going to score a bucket, and there's nothing that you can do. Kawhi just jumps right over him, shoots it, knocks it down. Again, they do not like these matchups, and a lot of teams don't have the perimeter wing depth to switch everything versus this Clippers team, because not only do they have Kawhi, but they have James Harden. They have Norman Powell. Bogey played great tonight. They got some guys that can really take advantages of slower and less defensive type of players like Darius Garland. All right, so the Cavaliers went into a little bit of a zone. Now, again, when you're playing up against a guy like Kawhi Leonard, so smart, so instinctual, knows how to beat zone coverage. All we want to do is attack this middle of the floor, because you're going to notice they got a guy here. They're hedging over. They don't want James Harden taking this ball anywhere into the paint. So they settle for allowing Kawhi Leonard to just know how to beat these defenses. He gets to that soft spot of the zone, right? Darius Garland's not going to move over, because now the issue with this zone defense is now that he's in the paint, his responsibility is all going to Jarrett Allen. But Jarrett Allen has another responsibility to guard this low, weak side dunker spot in Zubac, or Zoo, right? You got weak side corner. You got a strong side corner, Norman. There's nothing that you can do here to stop this play. Kawhi says, I know where the defense is coming from. Find my open man and make a great play to Big Zoo there. Again, this is phenomenal basketball. This is what you call court mapping ability, right? Kawhi Leonard, one of the best players in the NBA, as well as James Harden. These two players, unbelievable in terms of knowing where defenses are going to rotate from and immediately knowing where my guy is going to be. Find him wide open, last man defense, Max Strus. I'm sorry, you're not blocking Big Zoo, man. Guys, real quick, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family if you want more Kawhi Leonard and more LA Clippers breakdowns. It's free, doesn't cost anything, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. More breakdowns coming soon. Shout out to not only Big Zoo with 28 points and 20 rebounds tonight. James Harden didn't shoot the ball well, but got to the free throw line a lot. 22 points for him. Norman Powell coming off his injury. He had 11 points. Bogey had 20. Didn't miss a shot from the field. Derek Jones was 2 of 5 from downtown. Great game. And then, like I said, when Kawhi Leonard gets within this area of the floor, that mid-range area, you're not stopping him. There's nothing you can do. Look at this shot that he makes here already. Hedging this strong side defense over to him. They're denying the baseline, saying, hey, the only way you can get any shot here is if you go back to the middle of the floor. And he says, okay, if you're going to welcome me to the middle of the floor, I'll take it all day, every day. He doesn't care that he has a man on him. Fade away, mid-range, easy money. I mean, that is disgusting. Disgusting. How is this even possible? They deny your baseline opportunity, they force you to the middle, and you still demoralize them with the mid-range shot like that. And then the dagger. Kawhi Leonard in the Clippers up by 10, 125-115, about 2:34 left to go in the ball game. Again, gets another isolation here with Evan Mobley. He doesn't even want to switch, right? Bogey says, hey, let me come give you a screen here. Let me get you onto Darius Garland and let me watch you cook, right? That's what Bogey says. And what Kawhi Leonard says is, hey, trust me, I got Evan Mobley. Right? Again, stops on a dime. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. One more time. So again, gets the isolation. Doesn't even want to use the screen. Just drives this way anyway. Boom. Stop on a dime. Spin back. Fade away mid-range. You're not stopping this man when he's in this mid-range area. You're not. It's impossible. I've watched way too much film on Kawhi Leonard to say that he doesn't miss these shots. He doesn't. I don't know what it is. Absolute dead eye from the mid-range area, and honestly, he is so fun to watch. Just the way he can do these type of things, unbelievable. Here's another one, right? Still up by 10, 2 to play, get a screen. He says, hey, listen, I don't even need the switch. And look at how they're playing him. They're going underneath the screen. Nobody's stepping up. Why are we not stepping up on Kawhi Leonard? I don't know. Biggest question of the day. Pull up 3, gets it to go. You do not give Kawhi Leonard space. You have to go over or you have to switch. That's the only thing you can do. And if you just stay, again, Darius Garland comes back. Darius Garland, he doesn't want to guard Kawhi. He does whatever he can not to guard Kawhi, right? Use the screen again. Great job again. He's like, hey, I don't want to guard Kawhi. Open 3, drains it, game over. Let's go. Kawhi Leonard, Clippers win a big game. They needed to prove, not only to the world, but to themselves, they can win these games. And tonight, they did it.